Well, hey y'all, pull up a chair, pour yourself some sweet tea, because Washington just stepped in a hornet's nest again. New Epstein emails just dropped, and honey, the names inside these documents, let's just say the political elite are sweating harder than a preacher in a penthouse. Let me walk it through it real slow so nobody gets confused. Now, before we dive into the drama, let's remind ourselves who we're talking about. Jeffrey Epstein, financier, convicted sex trafficker, and somehow managed to not make it through a night in federal custody. Bless his heart. Now, for years, Washington's been tighter lipped than a country club gossip circle about those files. But Congress just cracked that vault open a smidge, and what leaked out? Oh, honey, let me tell ya. Alright, y'all ready? Here's what got half the country's eyebrows hitting the ceiling. One email from 2011, Epstein writes to Ghislaine Maxwell saying the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. That's what he said. Now that doesn't prove anything criminal, but that certainly ain't the church bake sale committee we're talking about. In another note, Epstein tells author Michael Wolff that Trump knew about the girls and asked Ghislaine Maxwell to stop. Now whether that's true or not, the fact that Epstein thought it was worth paying speaks volumes. And of course, Prince Andrew's name floats around again, like a biscuit you just can't drop. Elon Musk shows up too, though he denies any involvement. Honey, Epstein's social circle had more powerful men than a Senate golf retreat. Now this is why it's blowing up like the 4th of July fireworks, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Folks from Georgia to Maine are glued to their screens. Number 1. Congress just forced a vote. A bipartisan group just filed a discharge petition. That's DC slang for "we're tired of y'all hiding things, now open the drawer." Trump's already fighting back. He called it a hoax, a distraction, a trap. Sugar, he threw out everything but the kitchen sink. It's election season. You know good and well any whisper of Epstein around a presidential candidate hits harder than sweet tea with double sugar. And Americans are tired of secrets. And Epstein symbolizes one thing: rich folks playing by different rules. Here's what happens next, and here's what's fixing to unfold. Full release of files. If Congress votes yes, thousands of pages, email, flight logs, visitor lists could hit daylight. And baby, daylight is a powerful disinfectant. DOJ showdown. If DOJ pushes back, well, we might get a political cage match. New names. Don't act surprised if more folks get dragged into the spotlight like a deer on opening day. Election fallout. Even unproven connections can swing voters. That's why both parties are sweating. So sugar, here's the sweet and salty truth. These emails don't convict anyone, but they do show just how close Epstein got to the halls of power. And now, for the first time in years, Congress might actually set the record straight. If you want updates the minute they drop, go and tap that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Should every Epstein file be released? Or should Washington keep its secrets? Don't be shy, darling. I'll be reading.